What is happening, everybody? A happy Monday to you all, if this is when you're listening to it. If not, a happy day, whichever day you are listening to it. This is the Opening Tee podcast for the Sanderson Farms Championship. A little bit of a different pace this week, thankfully, after a week where the tour headed to the Dominican Republic, and let's just say, with no shot tracker, no PGA Tour Live, wrong scores being inputted, it was a week to forget. Also on Sunday, I had, Justin Suh top 5, Justin Suh top 10, and he just totally fell apart. Mackenzie Hughes, I had him to win, and he totally fell apart. So pretty much nothing went right for me on Sunday. I guess the only thing that did go right for me was Will Zalatoris getting into the top 10. I bet him on a Friday evening, Saturday morning, as the odds were pretty good there. So, but I also bet Mateus Schwab, who didn't do anything. So, I won one, lost one, but there it does turn out to be a profit because of the odds. In any case, let's go ahead and go right in. This is, again, the Opening Tee podcast for the Sanderson Farms Championship. First of 3 Awesemo Golf Podcasts weekly series that I do. Each one's about 20 minutes long, covering a little bit of a different material to hopefully get you in the best form for your PGA DFS lineups, give you the very best information. Okay, so if this is your first time joining, what I do at the beginning is I go over a foursome of facts, just my foursome of facts from the week. Could be from the European Tour, could be from the Korn Ferry Tour, could it be from just the regular PGA Tour. In fact, most of the time it is from the regular PGA Tour. But let's start off with the European Tour, as John Catlin, the American, has now won 2 in a matter of a few weeks here, playing phenomenal golf, winning the Irish Open against a pretty decent field. Golfers like Shane Lowry were there. Nothing spectacular, but still a decent field, and to win twice, it's great. Janawatanan finally flashes some form, as it was a really tough go of it over here in the States and through those majors, but he gets in the top 3, so a decent showing for him. Hudson Swafford, obviously he won. If you were paying attention at all this week, you probably already knew that. What's weird, though, is that he kind of looks like Harris English. In fact, for a long while, I actually got those two golfers mixed up, especially when I saw them in person. I'd go to the events, and little to my knowledge, I didn't even know. I guess this was actually a real thing. I was watching Twitter after Swafford won, and golf media loved jumping on that, so I just thought that was kind of funny there. Excuse me. Last note on the Corrales Punta Cana Championship. Mackenzie Hughes, second straight top 5, even though he kind of blew it on Sunday. Kind of crushed my hopes and dreams there, but still second straight top 5. Will Zalatoris getting a top 10, so that gets him another start. And by my odds, he's got 185 FedEx Cup points. Now, again, he can't really accumulate them because he's not a member, but as a non-member, he's got 185, which puts him, based off of last year's results, right around 149. So, by my calculation, he needs another solo 7th or a tie for 6th. But 100 more FedEx Cup points, that'll get him to the number of 125, which will give him the same status that Will Gordon is under. In fact, he may be pretty close to that Will Gordon status right now. Very, very close to it. So, expect to see Will Zalatoris. He is going to get, of course, like I said, another start at the Sanderson Farms upcoming this week. And then he'll get to the Shriners as well. So, 2 starts, needs about 100 points. So, basically, that's like 2 top 25s or 1, like I said, solo 7th or T6th or better. So, pretty good start going on here. Okay, so let's go on to my statistical review. And of course, if you want all of these statistics each and every week, great time to join Awesemo Plus. On the PGA side, just $8.95 for the week. And what's great about that is you're going to get it all the way up until almost the Masters. In fact, pretty sure that it'll give you at least some of the beginning content that we'll have for the Masters coming up there in the early parts of November. So, wonderful time, and I know there's a ton of sports going on, but hey, these are when the fields are a little crazy. Maybe the variance is a little bit higher, but still plenty of money to be won. There's $200K to first place last week, so I don't suspect it'll be much different coming out this week, as most of the contest filled. So we will wait and see. Normally, I'm doing this, as you guys know, most of the time on Sunday evening, Monday morning. Sometimes today it is Sunday evening, and they haven't posted the contest yet. I was maybe stuttering there a little bit to try and go in and see. Okay, let's go to the statistical review, which I only have the age-old statistics. I don't have strokes gained. We've probably said that enough now for you guys to understand it. But let's talk about driving distance and see where golfers finished, see if it was more towards the accuracy or distance. We had Ryan Brehm lead in driving distance. Then Tyler McCumber came in second. He also came in second in driving distance. Luke List, another top 10 from him. Will Zalatoris, another top 10 from him. Then we got Scott Brown, Pat Rogers, Sam Burns, Keith Mitchell, Willie Pomeroy, Christopher Ventura, Stephen Stallings Jr., Joseph Bramlett, and Hudson Swafford. So certainly a lot of correlation to the top of the leaderboard there on driving distance. On driving accuracy, Denny McCarthy, David Hearn, Rob Oppenheim, Tyler McCumber, Kramer Hickok, Sam Burns, Jo-Hyun Kim, James Hahn, Sean O'Hare, Henrik Stenson, Peter Malnati, and Tim Wilkinson. So more correlation towards the driving distance on the top of the leaderboard, but I think if you average out the top 10s, if you average out the finish between the top 10 of those two categories, it actually comes out to be quite similar, but I would say more top 10s still with the driving distance. Okay, let's head into the greens in regulation. David Hearn led it. Tyler McCumber, man, he must have had a great ball striking week. If we had strokes gained, I'm sure we'd see that. The fact that he was top 10 or top 5 at accuracy and distance, plus number 2 in greens in regulation, yeah, definitely. Matthew Neesmith, Cam Percy, Alex Smalley, Kelly Kraft, Sam Burns, Joseph Bramlett, Will Zalatoris, Emiliano Grillo, and Jo-Hyun Kim. Sorry about that. I stuttered there. I just lost my place for a second. So, again, 2 good starts for Jo-Hyun Kim there. Will Zalatoris, also ball striking, looked pretty good again. Putting. Who relied on their putts on the green, or at least what we think relied on their putting? It's putts per GIR. On Rabban Lahiri, he rode his putter to another start. George McNeil, Matt Jones, Ryan Gibson, Hudson Swafford, Pat Perez, Mackenzie Hughes. No surprise to see him there. Nate Lashley getting into the mix as well with the top 10. Adam Long, Zing Zoom Zhang, Scott Harrington. I'm like, Patrick Harrington played in Ireland, and Patton Kazaka. Okay, so that'll do it for the statistical review. Again, like I said, we should have no problem going back into a full statistical review next week, but still some, at least, golfers to keep an eye out for, especially ones that are hitting a lot of greens, maybe a little bit more on the accuracy side this week, but we'll talk about that here in just a second. First, let's go to a quick little made cut set or missed cut sweat segment. Because we don't have strokes gained and we don't have the actual data on like how far they were, it was really tough to get a ton of content here, but I can tell you that Akshay Bhatia, he came to the 6th hole of par 5 that was playing very easy on the week 7th hole, made par on it, then went to 8, tough little par 4, maybe not that tough. He did birdie it, made a 20-footer, and put it on 9, a longer par 3 onto the back fringe, needing to make the 20-footer to make the cut, and he missed it. Luke Barrios, the Monday qualifier, he needed even par on the back and bogeyed 18, so he needed par on 18. Would have made it. KH Lee shot 74 on day 1, followed up with a 68 on day 2, but it was not good enough to make the cut. David Lingmerth, he needed needed par on 18, made bogey. Kevin Chappell, same thing. Graham Dillette, tough story here. He shot 8 under. He shot 64 on Friday and failed to make the cut, missed by 1. And Seamus Bauer bogeyed 18 to miss the cut. Okay, so that wraps up the coverage that I have from last week, some important statistical information, but let's now turn our attention to the Country Club of Jackson and the Sanderson Farms Championship. Par 72, 7,500 yards for this golf club here. And it's been around for quite some time, and it's not a surprise in Jackson, Mississippi. Now, the winning scores have been anywhere between minus 18. That's been the average. It's been minus 18, minus 20, minus 19, minus 21 for like the last 5 years. This tournament has been around for quite a while. It has sat in this kind of fall circuit spot for quite some time. It's been at this golf course, though, now for, I believe it's something like 5 years or 10 years now. Donald Ross was the original designer, but he didn't really design too much of this part of the golf course. That was done by Mike Gogol and John Fott. They did the redesign back in, I believe it was 2008. It's got championship Bermuda greens and fairways and rough. The average green size around 6,200 square feet puts it relative average on the PGA Tour. Not too many water hazards, 7 of them. Bunkers, there's plenty of them, 56 or 50 plus, I should say. Rough length, we're only going to get about 2 inches. So when I go over this next little bit of information, understand that even though it's only 2 inches long, there's probably a reason why the winning score gets to minus 21 when we have driving accuracy, which we'll start off with, of being less than 60%. It's coming in at 55.42%. The fairways are hit off the tee here. So we go from Wingfoot, where it was below 50, to Corrales, where it was above 70, now back down to below 60. So a lot of from the rough shot twos. But again, with the winning score being so low and the rough length only being 2 inches, it really isn't that penal this week. Nothing shows that more than the greens in regulation. 67.54% of the greens were hit in regulation, even though only 55% of the fairways were hit. So it goes to show you how easy these greens are to hit, even from the rough. Now, when you did miss the green, which is, about 32% of the time, you got up and down for par about 60% of the time. That ranks somewhere around 14th easiest on the PGA Tour last year. So not too much of a struggle. And then when you get on the greens, again, pretty average